New World is an upcoming massively multiplayer online role-playing game by Amazon Games, set to be released on September 28th, 2021. My name is Joe Mango, and this is our first impressions of New World. When you start, there is a cinematic showing a helmet-wearing warrior meeting a spooky old man with red eyes, who gives you a box which then leads you to your character creation. You can then customize your character with various different options. Once complete, you find yourself on a ship that is being attacked by giant stone pillars, until finally washing up on an island. You then do a quick tutorial that shows you how to block, attack, power attack, and dodge. This makes up the basics of the fighting mechanic in New World. You will then be prompted to open your inventory, which in my opinion is very nicely laid out, and as you can see, you can equip items using your inventory. Now onto skill points. Using a weapon increases your skill point, and there are different skill points depending on what weapon you use. So the more you use that one weapon, the more abilities you can unlock, and ultimately you become better with it. I like this as it rewards time and effort invested into that weapon. Now, the island is infected by something called Corrupted, and certain parts of land are worse off than others, and the majority of the creatures you'll be fighting all have become corrupted. You then get transported to a random area to do your starter quests, which kinda just teaches you the basics of New World as you do the quests. As you explore, gather resources, and complete quests, you will level up, and you can spend your level up points with one of 5 skills: Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, Focus, and Constitution. Each one of these corresponds to different weapons, and it actually shows you which stat you should get up for each weapon, which makes choosing what attributes to level up much simpler. The map is quite large at the moment, and it looks like it's going to get even bigger for the actual release, as this is just the beta. You also have a handy tool for finding resources, as they aren't shown on the map, but what it does do is show you the type of places on the map you'll be able to find these resources. You can also gather resources, ammo, weapons, and more from supply catches and other like it. Now, you will need to gather all of these resources in order to be able to start crafting. You can easily be self-sufficient in this game, collecting everything you need and crafting it whilst also leveling up your skills to be able to gather and craft better items. There are also different levels of crafting workstations that can be leveled up by the settlement itself. So some towns may only have level 2 forge, but others may have level 5 forge, meaning you can craft higher level items in that town. You also have something called territory standing, and this is where you can gain bonuses in certain areas. For example, increased XP gain, increased gathering speeds of resources, or even lower tax rates inside that town. Now, the towns themselves are beautiful and a joy to roam around in, from the architecture of the buildings to the design and attire of the NPCs and other players, all visually stunning. In each town you have a storage shed where you can keep your items, although they don't transfer between towns, so what you put in one won't be in another. They also have an auction house where you can buy and sell things with other players. It does cost tax to place an item or even to buy items from the auction house, which generates income for the town. You can also fast travel around the map, but it does cost a special resource to be able to do so, and you can only fast travel to places you have visited before. Also, depending on how encumbered your inventory is, means it could cost more or less to fast travel. Now, once you've finished your initial quests, you'll be asked to pick one of 3 factions: the Martyrs, the Covenant, and the Syndicate. I will advise picking the same faction as your friends, or at least one that is currently controlling the majority of the map. Now, when you're out doing quests or doing some PvP, you have a pretty good chance of dying at some point. When you do, you'll be able to respawn in the nearest settlement, or what you can do as well is set up a camp out in the wild, so when you die, you'll spawn back there. This is handy as it takes quite a while to run anywhere. You also don't lose any of your items when you die, but your gear does lose some durability. Now, there are 2 main ways to do PvP. You can either just turn PvP mode on and roam in the lands finding your next victim, or sign up to the wars. This is where factions go against each other to try and take over or defend the different territories, and there are set times of when the wars will take place. Once in control of a territory, you get better rates for crafting, lower taxes in the auction house, and so on. Now, my overall first impressions of New World are fantastic. The UI is very well laid out, it's got enough guidance in its early game quests to learn what you need to learn without being overwhelmed. The crafting is very easy and simple to do, with a large variety of items for you to learn to craft. There seems to be a nice balance between PvE and PvE, with plenty of content to keep you wanting more. New World is an exciting and solid MMO. There are obviously a few flaws and bugs that need to be sorted out, but considering this is just the beta, I can't wait to see what Amazon will throw at us on its full release. We at Daily Gamer highly recommend New World upon its potential new release date of September 28th. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified on all future content. Let us know if there are any other games you would like us to check out next.